Then he actually fired the shit, injured Shorty, and nothing is happening to him.
Nothing.
And that's why the black women keep screaming, nobody cares about us. You know what I'm saying? That's the third most famous one in the country, and she can't get no justice. So Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor, you know ain't shit going on with them. And that's the sad part. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, so then what do we do? I grew up in the era where like I saw niggas go beat other niggas up for dumb shit like that. Yeah. Oh, you put your hands on my sister? Oh, that's my girl. Remember like a nigga grab your girl ass in the club and you see that nigga stomped out whole night fucked up. You be like, damn nigga, don't bring her out no more, dog. Like, I ain't had no type of good time.
Right.
And I feel like them days are over now, yo. Like niggas is dead ass like, yo, I'm minding my business, yo. That shit ain't me.
Motherfuckers getting shot up and shit.
Yeah, you know, and I was like, damn, it's mad sad.
But they care about themselves rather than the cause.
And that's what I'm saying. What happened? Like, what happened? When did everybody become so self-preserved? You know what I mean? Mm. Like something shifted at some point. But that's what first I was thinking that. But then I got a story from my mom, yo. I was talking to my moms about all of this. And apparently my grandfather was a problem back in the day. Like, this nigga was a gangster out in Suffolk. Like, he was known. And, you know, for me, that's Grandpa Bob, nigga. He was a jackass. Like, he was a jerk and shit. But he was a funny dude. You know what I'm saying? He caught me fapping off to his porno movies one time. Tried to play me. I was mad embarrassed, right? My mom was like, yo, don't listen to him. Because guess what? Them his movies. So what you think he be doing? And that made me feel better. But that's how my grandpa was, right? So she was telling me about this nigga back in the day. And apparently he's whooped my grandma ass. So of course I wasn't around for none of that. Right. And so she's telling me the stories. I'm like, damn, Grandpa Bob was like that. She was like, yeah, it was terrible. So my grandmother has 5 brothers, dog. 5. All my uncles. Some of them have passed by now at this point, but 5 of them. And my mom said out of all of the brothers, only one of them wanted to go knock my grandfather's head off. And all the rest of them was like,
I ain't got nothing to do with it.
Ain't none of my business. Scared. And that's what I'm saying. So I'm like, even though, so let's say my grandfather was that nigga back in the day. That's your sister, man.
You gotta check. Like,
you gotta at least go talk to that man or something. Yeah, if y'all roll together, he can't kill everybody. So I was mad disappointed with the men in my family. These are the elder statesmen of the family. And I'm like, oh, these niggas was pussy. A little bit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And unfortunately, I've learned about it all late. You know, when you get older, you get privy to all the family business and shit. But I learned about it so late that I didn't get a chance to ask them why they didn't protect her like that. But I wish I did, though, you know? Do y'all have any moments in y'all lives where y'all had to protect a black woman before?
No, but I would say, I remember being like 6 or something years old. And being woken up in the middle of the night. This guy, I don't know. My mom got a weird backstory to her life, whatever, some shit. Mm-hmm. But this guy that was supposedly my dad came and beat my mom that night. And I remember seeing all the blood and stuff on the couch and all of that. Yeah. Being younger. And I'm like being kind of impervious to it now. I mean, you're being young. I really didn't understand what had happened. But I remember going to the police station and all that. My grandma taking her and all that other stuff. And years later, when I seen him. When I got older, I used to ask him. I was like, did you beat my mom that night? He'll always deny it and say, no. Mm-hmm. But my mom said he did. But I was wondering, did she ever press charges on him? Because we went to the police station. Right. And she still got that mark over her eye.
So he scarred it too.
Yeah. So I'm like, but how did I sleep? I slept through that the whole time that night when that happened. I was young.
Yeah, yeah.
But I remember seeing the couch covered with blood and everything. I just wonder what happened to trigger that for him to do that to her.
Right. To a woman. I don't know. It's just weird, man. Because you know, as a man, you know for a fact you are dumb stronger than a shorty, right? Yeah. Y'all dealing with, y'all dating women, y'all talk to women, y'all had girlfriends and wives and shit. And as mad as shorties be making you, you know in your heart of heart, if I could choke slam her ass right now, I could put her through the wall if I want to. And you don't, though. I mean, clearly niggas was programmed different, but you don't end up doing it. So I'll be like, when the nigga does, like, when they do it, like, what is on their mind that causes that? It's clearly some mental health shit from back in the day.
I think that's some childhood trauma.
Yeah.
Something that happened before where it gets to a point to where they snap and go beyond it. Now, I'm pretty sure they've done it before.
Facts.
Got away with it. But that's another thing. They keep getting away with it.
That's a fact. And that's part of the accountability you was talking about. Yeah, like, but shorties do, you go tell and nobody believes you or do nothing.
Yeah, like what you scared to tell or something. Or even you protecting, like the shorty I was dating with the kids or whatever like that.
Yeah.
Like come to find out the baby dad was coming around there putting hands on her and stuff like that. And I didn't know nothing about it.
Right.
So, you know, then the mom finally told me like some stuff that went on. And I'm like, damn, she ain't never tell me. Like, but you ain't never, so you don't never do nothing about it. You just deal with it and let the motherfucker put his hands on you.
Just do what you do, yeah.
So, what you worried, so at this point, are you worried about your daughter's father going to jail? Or are you protecting your life? Or what are you thinking?
Right.
For you to not do nothing.
Yeah, for about it.
And think that's okay, like it's okay.
Yeah, I remember when you called me about that, but I was thinking about something. So she didn't tell you about it. She know how you are.
Yeah.
She know you were a two-way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You carry legally. So what if she didn't, like, she protecting you too? Like, cause she told you about that shit, you get mad and try to handle that nigga, and now both of y'all hurt, dead, in jail.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, damn, the protection of the black woman goes further than we think it do. And we thinking they so fucking strong. Yo, my homegirl sent me a meme, and it said it was a black woman drowning, and her hand was up like this, and the motherfucker didn't pull her out the water. He gave her a high five and said, "Yo, you so strong." I said, "Yo," I said, "Damn, that's how they feel."
That's how you feel.
I said, "Jesus,
that's how you feel."
That's rough, yo. You know what I'm saying? And then so for me, like, so just like you were saying, like people growing up, they see stuff. I don't mean to be with Chris Brown and shit. Y'all know that's my cousin. So Breezy, you know how he got caught up, but he literally said that he used to watch his dad beat his mom. And so my thing is, so that should have took you away from that, not brought you toward it.
Yeah.
Like, if so, the second you get mad enough to raise your hand, you should be like, oh, this is what dad did to mom. This is not gonna be me. But apparently, nah.
Yeah, it's just my dad. You see, as a kid, that's where it starts.
Yeah.
You see your dad. You know, the dad do it to the mom, and I guess as a kid, it's traumatizing to think that if I do it, you know, my dad did it. Don't
take them habits.
No way, don't pick up them habits.
That's not the ones you want. So yeah, I think it's wild, man. I remember, like, and for me, like, I can't even watch women get hit on, like, movies. Like, I can't watch, like, What's Love Got to Do With It. I hate that shit. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't watched that since. I told y'all the movie. I watched Color Purple 1,000 times.
I hate that fucking movie.
But when I fucking sat down, like, and really watched that fucking movie,
it's awful.
It's fucking awful. Nigga, especially the beginning.
Oh my god!
I just realized it was Harpo who bust her in the head with that rock when he was a little ass boy.
Oh my god!
Man, that movie is so fucked up.
A horrible movie, man.
The
and black people
said,
love that shit.
The daddy said, "You can take Celie, she ugly, but she can do the stuff around the house. She do what you need." And the other nigga, Mr. What's his name? Mister.
Period. Yeah.
Mister. His old creepy ass with them younger man. I can't watch Color Purple no more.
Fucking horrible ass movie, man. That's a fact, yo.
I refuse to watch Precious. I just refuse to watch it. I ain't never seen it. I'm just not gonna watch
this shit. I try to give it a chance. I'm trying to support black films, man.
Nah, I ain't watching that shit.
But it's bad.
I ain't watching that shit.
It's awful shit, man. And those are movie depictions, so you know the real life is 10 times worse.
Real life, the shit that happened. People, they look at the movie. It's probably some people that was looking at that movie like, damn, that shit happened to me.
Exactly. So. And it's real weird out here now, man. I remember back when, like I said, I don't like it. My stepfather, my sister's father, had hit my mom. They was fighting, like legit fighting. I was like 6 years old, so I see them tussling around in the living room, and I'm looking like, oh, they ain't playing. You know what I mean? So I run past them. The way the house was set up was the bedroom, the living room, and the kitchen. So I ran. I had to get to the kitchen. I ran past them. They didn't even see me. They were so busy when they fight. And I got the big ass knife, you know, the big butcher joint. And I'm about to stab this nigga because I don't know what's happening, right? So I come back in the room, and I'm standing there like Chucky with the knife up. And my mom look up, and she said, "Randy, what you doing?" I said, "Huh?" And he looked up, and I guess he realized, like, well, this nigga was about to, you know what I'm saying? And she's like, "Put that damn knife down." I said, "But you need help." And she said, "Go put the knife." She yelled at me, bucked on me. And I was like, how the fuck I'm in trouble? This nigga whooping your ass, right? Go put the knife down. She said, "Go in your room, close the door." So I go in there, I close the door. And so this is my last time I remember crying. I'm sitting there crying like I couldn't even help her. She wouldn't let me help her.
It's confusing, right?
I was like, so what did I do wrong? Like, I'm just thinking on some kid mode. I just got cussed out and I tried to save your life. You know what I'm saying? This nigga was 6'6", 230. You can't beat him. You need my help. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the tussling stopped. He left. My mom didn't come in the room. I didn't talk to her. He ended up coming back home. I'm up. I can't sleep and shit. I hear them murmuring and all of that. And this nigga come in the room crying. "Yeah, what you saw earlier, I'm sorry." Back to back.
He came in the room.
Yeah, he came in the room. But I think she sent him. And it was like, yeah, you know, he gave me that whole lesson, don't put your hands on women. I'm like, nigga, you was fighting my mom. You know what I'm saying? And from that moment on, I saw him different. Like, I didn't look at him with, like, admiration no more. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, he a guy. This nigga my mom's talk to and shit. My sister father. And I was, you know what I'm saying? This guy. So, it was just mad weird, man. And then growing up, like, that has happened time and again. I had an ex I was talking to in, like, 7th grade. The nigga, we broke up. The nigga she talked to after she was light skinned. She had a black eye. And I'm like, the fuck happened to you? And she told me, like, the dude, I was like, the nigga hit you? I said, oh, hell no. I said, what your dad said? Because her dad was strict as shit. I'm in her crib, you know, you back then, you sucking on titties and shit. Me and Shorty was laid up on the couch like this. Dad walked in. Y'all know my goddamn. He said, what the fuck? Put your goddamn feet on the floor. I said, oh. He was like one of them type of dudes. I said, what your dad say? He don't know. I said, I'm about to tell him. I knew where that nigga was at and everything. Went to the basketball court. Her dad was out there. And he was like, yo, what's going on, man? I said, you see her face? He said, what? He got home. Nigga, he was on the line with me. He thought I did it. Yeah. I said, no, nigga, I came to tell you about it. And so he was like, she told him what happened. He was like, you know the nigga? I said, I know the nigga. Where he be at? And so we was out. Next day, we on the nigga block, right? Dad couldn't do nothing to him because he grown. Yeah. We like, what? Well, 7th grade. How old are you in 7th grade? 13?
Yeah.
He couldn't do nothing to the nigga. I said, what you want me to do, man? He was like, you want to handle it? Right there with me. I fucked the nigga up. We fought the dude. His family came outside. They was about to jump me. Her dad was like, hey, any of y'all niggas get involved in this shit, it's us. Mm-hmm. So they was like, what's happening? What's going on? He put his hands on my daughter, back. That man family, his cousins and shit, said, oh, well, that's on him then. And I'm in there mopping this nigga up. 'Cause I was a hard-headed nigga back then. And niggas got to school on Monday. Shorty mad in the motherfucker at me. Why you tell my dad? Why you beat him up? I said, look at your face. And I was once again confused. Like, oh, maybe it's not my place to be no superhero, man.
Now she got to deal with the attention of that.
I'm gonna tell y'all, I do got a guilty funny story about the shit like this. So, you know, back in the day, when you go to your friend's house and you spend the night over there and shit, every time I went to a friend of my house, you can hear the mom and the boyfriend arguing. I'd be in the room dying.
That's stupid. I'm toxic ass nigga.
I'd be in the room dying laughing.
Oh,
You be hearing niggas like, yo, I'm sick of this shit. I gotta get the hell out of here.
Your man's uncomfortable.
Yeah, he all uncomfortable. I'm in the bed, dying, laughing at shit, motherfucker.